brainy. And if it's not
Zach, Papa Jim. Pretty sure that board was a poison.
It's a what now?
Yeah.
It was poison. Yeah. Pretty down south here, so
I mean, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you seen how many like tanks, you know? He's pretty close to a lot of people.
I
Where
think
we
they
going?
can do a lot of things.
I went to the original house.
Oh, nice.
The original house. Is this where you used to live, or
This where we used to squat.
Yeah.
just you guys, or all of them?
Just the Genoveses.
Wait, I these stay with these two.
They started walking at my speed. How you doing today, Electro?
No, pretty good, thanks. How about yourself, Tommy?
Yeah, I've been better, but I'll be alright.
You're pretty spry over there, Corrado.
Yeah, I'm on a good mood. Any day above ground is a good day.
No, you're not wrong there.
It's a good day. That's a good way to say it. Well said, Corrado. Well said.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, Tommy, don't go out and get attacked by any cougars, all right, today?
I can't leave anyways. I don't have a horse.
Why
They
would you
They
want
never
your
found your
horse?
horse.
Not yet. Hopefully they do.
Oh,
Jeez.
I can go out looking for him sometime.
That's right. The stable boys are out there looking.
Yeah, good. Keep those stable boys busy. They need to work.
Yeah, they just sit around their ass all day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been a long while since I've been back here.
It's really something, actually. You ever been here before?
No, never. Oh, good chairs.
Yeah, it's a nice spot.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, take a seat there, Tommy.
Yeah, you four take a seat, I'll stay.
No, please, I insist. I want to smoke a cigarette anyway. It's alright.
Damn it, I was gonna smoke it, alright.
Go ahead, you can smoke while you sit, you know. It's all good.
Hey, I'll do that.
Hey, Carmen, it's a little dark out here. Got a lantern or something?
No, I don't.
Where will one be?
I have no idea.
The general store sells all those.
Maybe.
Maybe
yeah.
it's blacksmiths now.
You're walking near me, right?
Yeah.
I can hear you barely, but I can walk over there. It's all good.
Well, I just want to start off by saying that last night, I don't know if Vito heard, The others of you, I don't think he did. Pesky's trying to, essentially provoke these guys again already.
It's Jesus Christ.
Oh shit, huh?
Yeah, we've been in conflict with them for, what, 2 weeks now? 2.5? I don't think that someone, one of them went out looking for these people. There was always people standing and sitting here, plus a few others. So, you wanted the fighting, that should be your choice, not theirs, not mine. I'm not the one that was out there fighting myself. I was fucking hurt half the time.
Hey, but you did some fighting too.
Hey, yo, they
Yeah,
took
I
that
did.
At the
fucking
bar.
month's ear off. Don't forget about
Yeah.
that.
Nice, you have just as much saying this as we do.
Yeah, you do.
Sure, we were there on the streets, totally. I mean, so were you.
Because unlike them, Carmine, you're the one who actually went out there and decided to do something. Every time I saw Pesky interact with them, she was at the end of a fucking gun. She was more of a... I'm talking out of school. I'm gonna stop.
Just say if you could say what you want to say.
It seemed like she just, the whole time, she did nothing but get us more into trouble than out of it. Matter of fact, the whole reason we in that situation in the first place, because she kept fucking running around, lying to everybody about who the fuck she was gonna sell the room to, yeah?
That's right.
Well, then, yeah. So it's no surprise to me that she's over here starting her shit again. Matter of fact, how did she, how did she, provoke these fucks, huh?
No, she didn't provoke them yet, but she brought it to our attention that Ace from the hotel over there, you know Ace, right?
Yeah. You're the one who came and saw me when y'all were meeting with Robbie the first time, right? He
Yeah,
just
that's right,
pistol whipped
that's right.
someone's... Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So, he told Pesky that some man named Leon had said that Robbie, or someone around Robbie, had said that we have bent the knee to them. So that is a third or fourth hand comment that she was in open arms about, trying to go and fucking start something over.
Isn't the term bent the knee a little bit too royal for them?
It is a little too royal, but that's the term that she used. I mean, they are British after all, so if they did say it, it makes sense, but regardless of that, even if they did make that fucking comment, what does it matter? What the fuck does it matter? They're saying it to get under her skin, trying to get under our skin. And the only way that anything's gonna come of that is if we make something of it. We ignore it. They can tell whoever the fuck they want that we bent the knee, as she says.
It's quite amusing to me that a woman who never laid down her life wondering the whole thing is trying to stop something from me to go out there and fucking shoot him up again.
Yeah.
She sits here and she says that that's not what she wants, but and then she tells us that, you know, she simply won't stand for it. Well, so
I mean,
won't
come.
stand for that, but
A walking
Pesky,
contradiction.
when they bring a gun to my head, then you'll stand for that. You'll let it happen, let it pass by.
I remember that. She didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, she didn't even so much as raise a gun through the entire thing.
No, she didn't. She just made sure to put herself in a position where the rest of us had to put down our guns so Carmine could shoot by himself. That's what she did. She was nothing but a fucking obstacle. Did she get taken fucking twice? Once at the house, one at the fucking bar?
Yeah, technically she did.
And under her watch, it was when, God rest his soul, Oliver got stabbed, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what the
Like,
fuck
she
are we
got
talking
raped
about?
then? No,
I don't
she
think
got raped way before then.
Sylvia
She
was
wasn't there?
No, it wasn't him.
No, it was Sylvia and Charlotte that was there, I believe.
And Serena.
And Serena.
That's who it was. See, okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't...
Yeah.
I can't say I quite respect a woman who, decides who we fight but doesn't fight with us, you know? Or any day. It don't matter who it is, you know?
I won't make this entirely about Pesky, because I feel as though been a lot more than just that. Originally, Pesky's the one that brought us here. She's the one that gave us opportunity. She's the one that, you know, did all of that for us. But after the entire situation with Al, there's just been something different. It's not been the same.
I mean, the way she talked to Elle yesterday kind of says it all. I mean, she ignored her the first 2 times Electra said something to her. And then had a very snarky, sly comment, you know? Like, it's good to see you back kind of thing, as opposed to, you know... I don't know. It was weird. She said it so cold.
I mean, she was the reason I left in the first place. I didn't want to be around all that.
She never said anything to you? Said she'll be back?
After I told her hi for the 3rd time, yeah, she eventually fucking did.
Being nice to you, or...
No. As nice as she wants to be.
Yeah... It's not really saying too much about it, though.
And I'm just, trying not to make waves, you know.
Well, Electra, waves have been coming for a long time. Vito and I have just been holding back. We've been restraining from doing anything about it. Or more like I've been holding both of us back. Vito's wanted to go for a long time now, but I've been holding an arm in front of him because I didn't want to risk anything. I knew that with the 2 of us, we'd probably just die.
Oh, I know a thing or two about it.
Listen to me, all right? I know that 3 of us here, without a doubt, siblings, would do anything for me, die for me. They wouldn't give up a single soul if I told them not to. And I know that you, Corrado, and you, Tommy, are loyal. But I need to know, without a doubt in my mind, not that I have been doubting you. You just have to understand the situation that we would be putting ourselves into if we even remotely showed that we were displeased with the way things were going, and we showed it in a certain way, they would know, and they would do something about that. They'd pick us off one by one. I'm not saying that we're gonna do anything brash. I'm just saying that if it came down to that, I need to know that this conversation that we're having right here stays at this table. It doesn't go to anyone else.
I came here because of Vito. Everything I've gotten is because of Vito. And I wouldn't betray him. And in an extent, I wouldn't betray you. And now that I met Electra, that's another person I wouldn't betray. But you guys have given me a new opportunity. It just so happened that it was with the other people too, but as for me, whatever you guys need from me, you got it. No questions asked. My loyalty is to you guys.
I've known Vito a very long time. We came up together. Good friend of mine, my best friend. Done a lot together, some good, some bad. Laughed a little, cried a little, whatever. So he's why I'm here. However, the time I've been around, I know I didn't really get to know you too well. Back when we were back in New York, there, Carmine, or you, Electra. However, in the short time I have gotten to know you, Carmine, you have displayed yourself as a man to follow. A man who inspires loyalty and demands it from others, and you repay that respect. And yes, Vito is my friend, however, you're the man I stand behind. And that won't change no matter what. You got my gun any day of the week. Anything you'll need, I'm here. Won't betray that trust. As long as I live.
If we're going to do this, I need one more person here with us. I know we don't have Frankie or Lorenzo. But I need our brother, Corrado. We can do it with us here. But with him, his guidance, I think that he could help us make a difference here. He was always an ear for me back home. I say we put this in motion. We begin starting today. I'm gonna try and get him out here. And maybe we can try and contact Francesco and Lorenzo as well. I don't know how hard that's gonna be if you don't run an Electra. But with our family around us, our friends, we've been unstoppable in the past. You agree?
Oh yeah, I would definitely agree.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, That being said, I suppose I want to lay out a bit more of the history so that we all understand the reasoning behind why we're doing this. Not only if I had a gun to my head for these people and they didn't do anything about it, but they've thrown us to the wolves countless times. They've stolen money from us. They've excluded us from things that we shouldn't have been excluded from. Our own business. I mean, these are just fundamental things that in our lifestyle we don't do. But they do them for some reason. I say some things here, perhaps Corrado and Tommy should not hear. But again, now that we've established this conversation, we'll not leave this table. I was made a capo, a captain, if you will. Which is supposed to come with more responsibility, which it hasn't, really. I feel like nothing more than a glorified soldier. And on top of that, Vito, I know, has already felt as if his ring that he was given means absolutely nothing. He feels as though he's not even a soldier himself. He feels like an associate of some kind, some lackey doing their work. Now, lastly, Elle, to avoid her losing her tongue or her hand, to avoid them mutilating our sister, we had them take away her ring, which was something that we all worked very hard for, but I thought that it was best she do that rather than lose something that she can't get back.
I mean, as long as this stays between us, what you just said isn't entirely true. Yeah. I was mutilated by Pesky. And,
She harmed you.
yeah, see that. And not only that, she took several important things from me. One of
What did
which
she
she
take from you?
wears. Things I held very dearly. Items that Roswell had given to me.
Why would she take those?
I guess it was part of my punishment.
Part of your punishment. That was not agreed upon by Vito and I, who they gave the task of deciding that.
Yeah, that was not agreed upon at all. Adulka was satisfied with what we had came to him with.
I know that she still wears the ring that Roswell gave me on a chain around her neck. She took the navy that he gave me. She made me tear apart Bishop, the stuffed dog he gave me, and a few other things. And, well, I guess it's time you found out.
Let's look away yet, Tommy.
She did this to me. Yeah. I didn't want to tell neither of you because at the time she had told me that, if anyone finds out what she did to me, then it'll be both of our deaths.
Certainly is the decision that we have to make. Do we want to tear this thing apart from the inside out? Or do we want to spare them that pain? Instead, speak to them civilly and tell them that we do not agree with the way that they do things. I'm open to suggestions.
What would you like to see done?
That's why I'm here, asking all of you, just to be frank with you. I would sort of tear them apart from the inside out. Make their entire thing crumble beneath their feet. It's already rocky. It's already loose.
There's a lot of loose lips in there, in that house, you know? A lot of loose lips.
Yeah.
Don't
And
know.
we can't let this thing that happened to Elytra go, unpunished.
if you want, if you want to do what you're talking about, someone some sort of discontent, while also veto, and of course, if this is what Electra wants, because she was the one that was wrong, I want Pesky punished.
They're
I
not
can
gonna
make
punish her.
No, not them. Just throwing this out there. I think there could be a way of giving us some heavy bolts, and also make it happen in a way that the three of you are completely uninvolved.
Oh no. If anyone's gonna kill her, it's gonna be me.
I could take her, bring her to you somewhere, somehow, at some given point. Not saying it has to be tonight, tomorrow, whatever, whenever it's appropriate, whenever it's right.
That's something that we're gonna have to plan out. Something that we have to be very methodical about.
I think our first course of action would be. It would have to be to try and take care of things civilly. And if you could please not mention what happened to me, because then they'll get ideas. And then I might go down with Pesky, as you
I
said.
understand. I won't be mentioning any of that. I wouldn't risk your life like that.
That's what you want, Electra, then that's what we can do.
Whatever you want.
I just don't think it's smart. Starting something that might end with all of us here losing our lives just yet. I think we should focus on dividing the house, maybe.
Problem dividing that place, dividing those people, is that we don't know who we can really trust. I don't even know if we could truly trust Jillian Flo.
No. Do
No, we
not.
can't.
Do not.
I-
Jilly is too neutral. He sits
Yeah,
on the
it's,
fence
you
too
know,
often. Every time
I
you try to
floated
talk
the
to him.
idea to both of them in a very subversive way, and they were not on board.
What do you mean?
I didn't say anything directly regarding anything about us or anything like that. I just expressed my distaste for how Pesky decides things, and they had no comment to it. They didn't agree. They didn't disagree, but they went out, out forward with how they feel about it. So I just kind of let it go after that. I didn't press them any further. But I agree with what Corrado's saying. They're very neutral. Jilly sits on the fence, and he hasn't told Pesky about it either. So I think he
Well,
just let it die,
the thing about
because this was a
Jilly,
while ago.
the thing about Jilly is you could tell him whatever, as long as it's not treasonous, so to speak. You know, like I can talk shit on Pesky or whoever to him all day long, and most of the time he'll joke around, he'll reciprocate, and he won't betray your trust of talking to him about that shit. But if you come to him and say, "Hey, got this thing about to happen, you win or out," I don't think he'd be likely. I think I'd favor him more so leaving altogether, him and Flo, before shit actually hit the fan. Because if I had to put it percentage-wise, 60% he would run away, 40% he'd probably side with Pesky. I don't see him or Flo coming to us.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's not to say we can't try, though.
We shouldn't try. We shouldn't. It's too soon.
You believe there could be a way to fabricate some shit to make Pesky look like a fucking villain? You'll think set her up in unwinnable
She's already a
situations.
villain.
Of course, but to everybody else, not so much.
That's
I don't
because
think-
they've been here for such a long time, and some of them not long enough.
I don't think we need to fabricate anything. She'll do it to herself. She already has been with this whole thing recently about that thing that the guy said, I guess, about us bending the knee. Or Johnny fucking ripped her a new one about it. He said, Pesky, if you want to go down and fight, we'll fucking go down and fight. But it's not needed.
You ever read The Art of War? You ever done that? There's a passage in there. He says,
Yeah, stop moving. Come on.
it says, do not interrupt the enemy when they make a mistake. So with that being said, I think what you're talking about, Vito, is a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably not for them, no, but for us here, it's a very good thing if she fucks up, continues to fuck up. We just need public opinion to swerve towards our side of belief, you know? Just enough to
Yeah.
give us some wiggle room to make a move.
So again, here's the problem with it. There's nothing that we can say or do or try and fabricate in my mind that would turn anyone against Pesky. They have to be wronged by her himself than to see.
Yeah. And they have a lot of loyalty to one another. So much so that one of their own broke the Omerta and they didn't fucking do a goddamn thing about it. They let the fucking guy walk.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Talking about
Valentino.
Tino.
Statement. Valentino wrote a witness statement,
He's still around?
and he signed his own name. He signed his own name on a fucking witness statement,
No.
and they let him live.
He's still with
They-
us?
He's still with us.
You know, like it was called Pesky, a fucking old hag. Maybe I did strangle her, but it was to prove a point. But and I was twiddling my thumbs for 3 fucking days straight, wondering what they were gonna do to me, because there were talks of them killing me.
It's
didn't
fucking
even talk.
disgusting.
Listen to me. They didn't even talk about killing Valentino.
Oh,
Never crossed their
motherfucker!
They
mind.
said, go get that witness statement from that officer and rip it off. That's what he did.
They didn't fucking
And
whack him right there.
No.
Oh, motherfucker. How much more betrayal can we take? You understand? That's crossing the fucking line right there. That goes against everything we fucking stand for. I mean, without sticking to tradition and without sticking to the principles of the thing, the whole thing crumbles apart. And that's the whole reason we're having this fucking conversation in the first place.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers
Absolutely.
don't know how to act. It's a fucking sickening thing. Fucking disgusting. Fucking rats.
If we decide to do something from the inside, we could try to use people that don't like them. If we want to fully get rid of them, or if we
Hold
just
on a
want to
minute.
split up.
No,
You ain't talking about bringing the fucking scamps and fucking Robbie back into it, are you?
I'm saying
That's what you're talking about.
people in general.
no, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. We don't want this
Yeah.
leaving. We don't want this going to anyone outside of us right here.
The only other two people that well, there's a few other people, but if their last name is Genovese, they're all right. If they are Aragato, they're mostly all right. I trust Giovanni. I barely know the guy. Only recently have I truly, and get to know him. He's a cousin. He's blood. So I can only assume that he can be trusted. To any of our brothers and sisters, and of course, that he be trusted. But aside from that, no one. I don't trust Silvio. I don't trust DeLuca. I don't trust Sal. I don't trust Paulie. Nino.
Sil talked to me the other day. He mentioned something about wanting to split off on his own.
Of course, Bazzini,
Yeah, that's the guy.
he said that.
He said he's tired of the way that he gets treated. I guess he's in a similar situation to you. Come. That he might hold the title of capo, but he definitely doesn't feel it. And he's tired of getting stepped over.
He told you this.
He told me this maybe a day or two ago.
Regardless of that, I just don't think we can trust him.
Oh, yeah, he could just be feeling you out there, Electra.
I don't think that's what you want to do. He's a little earlier than us in terms of the times he wakes up. I honestly think, Electra, you should agree with him and push it in his favor that he should start his own.
That's what I did. I said, just for your health, it's probably better that you run things in your own time, start a small crew. And then he said
Yeah.
that it used to be something that Mr. DeLuca was vouching for when he first suggested it. Having like a day crew or a night crew, something like that. But he did say that they would still be working under the same umbrella.
Of course.
And that may be what we have to do as well. Unfortunately. What we may need to present to them is the idea that we step away from this main organization. We branch off, we create a new thing of our own.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I really don't want to work on these guys anymore. I mean, after what Pesky did to Electra, I mean, how can I look at Pesky and take her orders, knowing what she did?
You have to. Because
Otherwise, we're all dead.
if you don't, something is going to be wrong. They're going to know, they're going to assume, they're going to question. But what I'm proposing is not that we continue to work underneath them. You all would work for me. Speaking theoretically, not, of course, I'm not going to be some pesky, you know. That's not what I mean by that. Or if we decide that someone else should take that mantle, so be it. Either way, as long as we're not underneath them. Now, what I mean by branch off and be under this umbrella is that we answer to no one but DeLuca himself.
You think you can get that done?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
can try.
it might sound bad, but that actually might not be a bad idea. Guy's only around once a week if we're lucky.
Exactly.
I think that's a good idea, Carmine. You only answer to DeLuca. You would being the boss.
That means that only I be answering to DeLuca, and then I would come to you, all of you, whatever concerns he has, if any ever. With that being said, we would still operate and do our own thing. We would not do their business. They would not do our business. The only businesses that I would request that we maintain with them is pub, if we can maintain keys to that. In the house, if we can maintain keys to that, so we can still socialize and be on the same page. I don't want to cut ourselves off entirely from it. But that also being said, see, I want us to have our own thing, our own area, our own business. And that could be the pawn shop if we obtain it. But that would present another problem in itself, especially if these scamps and Robbie seem to believe that that's still that tough, which I assume that they, even if it is their claimed area.
You think they could be reasoned with?
I think we could reason with them.
This is going to
I
be
mean,
the part
you know.
that some of you may not like. I do agree, Vito. I think that we could reason with them. But once they know that we are no longer under DeLuca's umbrella, or well, under DeLuca's direct control, or pesky and so on, you know what I mean? Once they know that we think for ourselves, they might try and push us around more than they already do. Or they might try and tax us. Something of that sort. For being on that path.
There's ways we can get around taxes. Even if we have to fight them, then we fight them. But I don't think it'll come to that.
Before I left, I was fairly cordial with both Robbie and the scams, several of the scams. The ones that I told to both of them work. I acted as a liaison of sorts between Robbie and, well, Mr. DeLuca. I don't know if that, hopefully that trust could be rebuilt. And they realized that I was never a part in the harming of any of their people during the war. And I'm fairly sure that a couple of the girls They know that something is wrong between Pesky and I. That there was some resentment there. They're not that stupid. They saw the way that Pesky was treating me. They saw how unhappy I was, so... It might come to bite us in the ass, but it might be worth the shot.
I think it's worth a shot.
Of course, we don't reach out to them and we don't mention any of that until after it's all said and done, until we are 100% certain that this thing is happening. You understand? But the way that we could go about it is approach them and say that we've decided that it is best in our family's interest to step away from the DeLuca name. And that we are our own entity to some extent. And that we also explain to them that we dislike the way that they handle themselves during the conflict. And let them know that we would have handled it very differently. Because we're reasonable people. If we are shown respect, respect is due. Something like that. Not so directly saying that Pesky and DeLuca are fucking morons, but saying they're fucking morons in a very roundabout way.
Yeah, things could have been handled a lot better.
That red room should have been sold.
I agree.
First time that they asked, it should have. Simple as that. I understand that it is sentimental to the DeLuca, but we never used it, ever.
Yeah, and Pesky only started using it whenever they came and asked about it. So, yeah, I agree. In terms of, this whole thing, I don't think it'd be a bad idea if we striked up business with Robbie and his people beforehand. I'm sure they need seeds. The guys are selling shit on the streets. They can come to me, I'll get them seeds.
No, they're buying seeds.
Yeah, from the Scots.
Yeah.
And the Scots are already charging them a fortune. And how I know that is because they're selling the seeds at 85 cents per. So I can tell that the Scots are selling them for 65 per. And I'll do it for 55 or less. 51 if I have to. 50 even.
Maybe.
I think we should start slowly. If we warm up to them too soon, it'll look suspicious. I think I should be the first to initiate anything. I'll check up on Tops and Seeker. Maybe speak to Robbie one-on-one. Catch up with him a little bit.
I don't know if it'll be as suspicious as you think, but... Because Vito mentioned already that he wanted to do business with Robbie.
No,
In front of
okay.
Pesky.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have some foundation to work on.
There we go.
What the fuck is that?
The fucking Nino? No.
No, it's Gio.
Gee, what the
How's it
fuck?
going?
Oh, what the fuck? How'd you know to come here?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't know. Just
Intuition.
I saw like a trail of like feathers, and I wanted to follow it. So
It's probably the blood
guess,
leaking from my head.
yeah,
You
probably
smell
that
it, Vito.
actually.
Oh, it smells so good. This lavender perfume I've been using. The ladies love it.
You
Perfume.
use perfume?
You use perfume.
Oh yeah, it's my own special brand. I made it myself.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
I show you how to make it if you
Jesus
believe me.
Christ.
No.
All right. So to catch you up, Gio. But well, first of all, hold on. Giovanni, I'm sure you remember. Electra, your cousin. Electra. I'm sure you remember Giovanni very little. We didn't interact with him too much. His dad was more financial side of the family. What?
Yeah, okay. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Hey, right back at you, Gio. You definitely grew up since I last saw you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's definitely been a long, long time since the last time I saw any of you, really.
All right. So to catch you up,
Mhm.
we've been speaking about things and how we feel as though we've been mistreated by certain individuals. Discussing at the moment how we all feel about going our separate way from those individuals.
Okay.
So now I propose the question of, do we tear it apart from the inside out, or do we go the more civil route and try and approach them and say that we wish to split ourselves, distance ourselves in most regards, and still work alongside you, but we only want to answer to DeLuca rather than the others inside.
I mean, what good does it really do tearing it from the inside, though? That would be my question.
Well, because of the wrong they've showed us, our family. They've
Right.
wronged Vito and I in regards to a situation with an organization that's no longer present. A gang. That's what they call themselves.
Right.
They threw us to the wolves. Those wolves were that gang. Didn't do anything to try and save us or stop it. They just let it happen. And when we defended ourselves against these fucking wolves, there was a problem. We never to defend ourselves, but if we get robbed or hurt, we bring it directly to them. That's what they say.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, on top of that, they wronged Electra on multiple fronts as well. They didn't do anything about when Robbie pointed a gun to my head the first time around. Yet now Pesky wants to react and making petty comments, apparently making petty comments to us even after all this has been settled. According to Pesky, they're saying that we have bent the knee to them. Which, who the fuck cares, as I've said before? Fuck cares what they say that we've done. As long as we know we haven't, that's all that matters. So that would be the reasoning for us to tear it apart from the inside out. But the more logical thing keep them around and use them to our benefit. I do agree.
Yeah. I feel like
charity.
trying to go for the more civil route would benefit us a lot more because, you know, there isn't many Italian or Sicilian mafias out there, you know. And tearing them apart from the inside doesn't really help us in the long run. Well, you know, it'll help right the wrongs that we've, you know, received, but it doesn't help us much.
You're not wrong.
And I can definitely agree. I've noticed some wrong doings and some questionable decisions that I've personally seen them made. Obviously, I haven't been with them for long or been around them for long, just in general. But, you know, I've seen a couple small little minor questionable decisions that they've made. But I mean, you guys are my family, so I'm with you guys through whatever what you guys decide, so my vote would be doing it the civil way, and obviously I feel like they're just gonna try and deter that and take it a different route, and if they do, then we handle it, you know, accordingly. But I feel like if they see to our wishes and, you know, ideas, not only could it better them, but it could also better the rest of Saint Denis, you know, in terms of how the Italian side of the city is or goes, you know, if that makes sense.
I agree. And that's why we're going to attempt the civil side of things. Now, that being said, I'm gonna have to take it very slow. I'm going to bring it directly to Luca when I get the chance to. I'm gonna see what he says about it. I'm not going to immediately pose the question of how do you feel about us splitting off. I'm going to first pose it as we feel wronged in a lot of ways. We feel as though decisions are being made poorly. You alright?
Yeah, someone just caught my throat. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's a good idea, Carmine.
Well, what do you propose that we do then, Peter?
If you want to do it the civil way, I think you should talk to him as if to appease his ego. Tell him, you know, I think it'd be better if there were many families in the city all serving you. Thing is going a lot of really big, and I wouldn't mention anything about poor decisions. Just you feel capable on your own as a capo, and you think you've earned enough and you've done enough, and your family's done enough, and the people that we've brought around have done enough to also further serve elsewhere. And there's not much room for you to grow where you're at now, and you'd like to have a chance to keep growing further and, you know, appease him in another way, and maybe suggest the idea of Kappa to the Cappy.
Nice. Now go ahead.
And I think that's a good way to go about it. And if you're able to establish that, Carmine, you can then through the eyes of everyone else, establish yourself. We all know here, everyone gathered here, that you're more than equal to DeLuca. Spirit, leadership, you had it. You have that gift. He doesn't need to know that. But if you're able to succeed in us going our own way, how Vito's talking about, you establish yourself as his equal in the actions you do. The things you say, the things you do. As we establish ourselves. And then we take more liberties as it goes. And eventually, we're not seen as having been part of them or what have you through the eyes of everyone else. They'll just see your name, your family name, and then eventually, I think people in the city will be coming to you more so than they would ever go to DeLuca.
So what are you proposing? That we don't even talk to them?
No. I'm saying that there's going to be a process here. And I think through that process, everything will be set straight. Everything will establish itself. You'll be given opportunities to, as I said, appear to be on his equal. Have your own footing. And then we truly will be our own.
I agree. Because if I may add, the question really is, do you want to be answering to him? Or do you want to be able to make your own decisions without having to rely on him?
That's the thing about him is we wouldn't necessarily be looking to him for all of our decision making. We would answer to him in certain aspects, but not all. We would still make decisions on our own, for our own things. With that being said, I'm not saying that I care to be underneath him. If I had it my way, I would put a bullet in all of their heads, take all of their things, and be done with it.
That's how it should be. But as you said, this is a very unique situation.
Yeah, we aren't that lucky. So,
Very true. It calls for a more diplomatic approach, and you have that. You really do. You understand when the moment calls for calm. You understand when it calls for violence. So with that, I trust you to decide the path of how this goes and how it will go. We just need to read the room a little and go from there.
yeah, I just don't think we should bring up anything negative about the things we've seen. I think we should only bring up the merits and things we've done, and how we are looking to further go from ourselves, further improve ourselves, especially more so yourself. I mean, you are Capo, and I don't see Johnny going anywhere, nor Pesky anytime soon, and you want to do your own thing, kind of underneath him, of course. That's what I think. That's how it should be put, while also, fluffing him up to make him sound like something he's very clearly not.
And eventually, once it settles in, if you wanted to, we could completely branch off, because at that point, he doesn't really hold much to us, right? And then,
And we only see him once a week, too, Gio.
yeah.
If that.
Well, yeah, true. Exactly. Yeah, true.
The only person you'll ever have to worry about here, Carmine, is Pesky and her big fucking mouth.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta be delicate. You see, we're focusing on the wrong person here. DeLuca, well, that'll probably be the easiest conversation we'll have out of everyone there. We can all agree. The one in his fucking ear is the one we ought to be worried about. I'm not talking about Johnny neither. We're talking about Pesky. Because you're seeing how she handles perceived disrespect and hearsay. Things that no one can verify if they really said bent the knee. And she was riled up talking about going down there again, implying whatever. What exactly? So I'm not suggesting nothing with that. I'm just saying that's the one we got to be delicate around, given the situation of things. Pesky's the one who's dangerous, and not I'm talking about with the shooting skills. I'm talking about the decision making and the way she can influence people because she's been around a long time. That's the reason people listen to her. Not because she has experience, because I hate to tell you, well, I love to tell you, whichever one pick it. She's not a good leader. She doesn't know what's going on. She just has seniority. And that's why she's in that position. I'm sure she's got good intentions with what she does. However, in my opinion, from what I've seen, she's very self-destructive. Not so much herself, but the people around her. They're the ones who suffer.
Yeah, and to put this into perspective, everyone here, Pesky told me she used to have friends like I did, cowboys and stuff like that, people that would do work for her. But she fucked up pretty badly. Really badly, in fact, that DeLuca told her she's not allowed to have any friends outside the family. That's how piss poor her decision making is.
She's extremely dangerous. If if
I'm gonna
Pe-
enjoy a drink for a moment. You won't keep talking, all right?
hey, I think this whole thing would have been a whole lot easier for us to approach if Pesky was just out of the picture together. But unfortunately, we don't have that kind of fortune here, and I doubt we will. You know, as far as I understand, she's gonna be around for too long, might I say. So as I said, DeLuca won't be the problem. It's fucking Pesky. As long as we stay ahead, we approach DeLuca with this conversation or what have you, way before Pesky's little ears pick up on it, we should be ahead of the game. And we'll have the advantage there. We just have to be mindful of the opportunity, be mindful of what we're saying and around who, and we just gotta trust the judgment of this good man here to my left, and just contribute good counsel, good decision making, and being situationally aware. Read the room, so to speak, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I agree too.
I think it would be the smartest way to approach it.
With that being said, I'm going to say it out loud, so we're all thinking it. I would prefer, just like he said, if we just shot them all. That'd be my goal too as well. I
Yeah,
think
me
I
too.
think I think we can all agree with that because number one, at the end of the day, no matter how you cut it, you may have partners, but everyone's a rival in the sense of they won't let you get ahead of them if they can help it. They're going to help themselves.
Very true.
And if you go wipe out competition, especially them, it'll be easy riding from there on. But specifically Pesky, if Pesky was taken out, she was gone, dead. This would be this. I believe we could have this thing done in a week. Truly, I really do.
Probably sooner than that. Probably 2 days at most.
With our numbers, I believe with Serena, assuming she be along with this, that's 7 right there. We got the numbers to at least have some sort of leverage. That's for fucking sure.
Put it to you this way, Corrado, Electra, Carmine, and I, and Nicola, and then this other guy, Nico, we kind of did a lot of everything way back when. I mean, they would not be where they are now without us. They would not have that house back with them without us. They would not have been able to fight off those fucking dirty street rats, Robbie and his crew without us. They fucking need us more than anything. And I think
It's funny because every
that
time we
would
lost,
be the
we
only
went
thing.
around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And here's another thing too. I gotta ask. Let's say the dickheads win this and they want us all fucking shot. Who the fuck are they going to send? Name them. Who are the likely suspects that be coming in our door in the middle of the night looking to put us under the door? Fucking
It'll be
Please.
Sal,
Oh, what? Sal,
Nino,
Paulie, right?
probably Sil too. Those are the only ones we'd have to worry about. Sal, Sil, Nino, Paulie.
And how capable are they?
Maybe Jilly and Flo. Maybe. But unlikely.
Silvio is very capable.
Sorry, I missed that. What was this part of the conversation about? Sorry,
I was
missed that.
asking, hypothetically, who exactly will be gunning for us?
Oh, right, yeah.
And the reason I'm asking that is because so everyone here can be aware, just in case, God forbid, down the road it doesn't go the way we're hoping. We need to be able to judge and have some sort of expectation in our heads now for how they're going to behave and how they're going to. We do have the advantage of knowing how they're going to be operating. I know because we ran around with Sal that one night with the dryer. I know how Jilly operates. He's very diplomatic, and I don't think he believes in shooting first, so to speak. We got to really push him. And I don't know nothing about. You said Sil? Is that the capo, right?
Yeah.
Silvio.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, to be honest with you.
The only thing
Well,
I know
him-
about him is he runs the barber that I work at. That's the only thing I know about him.
Him and Nino, they're not very good at talking in terms of getting us to do something. So they won't be the tricky ones. They'll be pretty easy. You'll know when they're coming. Nino will say, "Hey, come down this alleyway with me for a second." That's what he'll say. He'll say something really fucking stupid and plain like that.
Oh, yeah, very obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very. He's a fucking moron. So
Very
he's not
clear, straight to the
necessarily a
point.
moron, but he just can't help it. He's got he only speaks the old country language, so he's pretty literate when it comes
about
to,
Sal?
or not very literate. When it comes to-
Sal seems like he's very persuasive. He's got a lot of charisma to
Yeah,
him.
he would trick you.
Mm-hmm.
He would definitely trick you. And same with Paulie. They would trick you too. I would
I think
assume
being
Jilly would do
aware
the
of
same.
how they talk and how they behave is a big thing.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think the two most important people that we have to look out for that would definitely be gunning for us are Sal and Paulie, because those two, like Vito said, can talk really well, and they're very persuasive.
Yeah. So, if a situation like that happens, you'll want to make sure you got one of us with you too, to keep an eye out and be ready to make sure we take them down before they take us down. Now, that more than likely won't happen if, provided, Carmine's conversation with the local goes pretty well, which I assume it will. But elsewise, we should still be on guard regardless. Because as soon as one of us drops, it's one of us down that we can't get back. And if I find out anybody here died, the only person I'm gonna suspect is everyone else that lives in that fucking house. So we gotta keep an eye out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I've really got. There's not much more to explain.
Okay.
For now, we'll keep on doing business as we have. And when the time comes, we'll have another talk. We'll ensure that this is what we want to do. Just one final confirmation from everyone. When Serena is here, if we can get Corrado here. And from there, I suppose we'll make that final call and set it into motion.
Whatever you guys need.
Sure. All right. I say we go to the telegrams. Check our telegrams.
Yeah, sounds good. Right there. Bunch of ne'er-do-wells we are. Look at us.
Yeah. Hey, the Wells. This guy.
That fucking raccoon?
Hey, don't shoot us, come here.
Little
Stupid,
fucker.
just jumped out of the fucking bush like that.
I'm better than a fucking rat, you ask me.
I mean, yeah, practically the same thing.
Yeah, practically. So give him a flat cap, he might be someone we know.
There you go.